Welcome to the new video of the Inspire. This video is specifically for those of you who dream of a property in the center of a city with a private terrace, patio, little garden. Specifically, we talk about ground floor apartments in this video today. You might have experienced this. You dream of such a property, you've been searching for a long time, and suddenly you find something on the internet and it ticks all the boxes, and even the price is very sharp. It looks like it's below the market price and it looks like a big opportunity. The seller tries to convince you that it's unique property, you have to move quickly because there's more demand because of these external space. But what happens? In the non-regulated Spanish property market, all that glitters is not gold, unfortunately. So you've got to be very careful before you make such a buy decision. Many of such properties, of ground floor apartments, don't have a certificate of occupancy. In Spanish, cédula de habitabilidad. They lack that certificate. And the sellers, the agents, they will try and minimize the implication of not having such a certificate. They might say, it's not important, it's not necessary, you can get it, or the request to get it is in process already. Beside that, what are the implications for you as a buyer? What do you need to know as a buyer about such properties without a certificate of occupancy? 5 implications. First of all, doesn't matter what they tell you, it is very complicated to change the usage of a property, because if it doesn't have the certificate, it's registered either as a commercial space or as office space, for instance. Right? Very hard to change. In many cases, we can even spot upfront, early on in the process, that it's impossible to change. So a clear showstopper for you as a buyer. Secondly, if you want to take a mortgage for your purchase, the banks won't like the fact that there is no certificate of occupancy for the property. And instead of financing the usual maybe 80% of your purchase, they will say, we want a larger portion of down payment. 50% is very common. So that's the second showstopper for many buyers. What is the problem? The seller told you, don't worry, that you don't need it, there is no implications. You have signed a reservation contract, you have signed an ARAS contract, earnest money agreement contract. And then you go to the bank and the bank will tell you then that they can't finance it. You put at least 10% of your purchase price at risk. 3, it's not legal to rent out a property without that certificate. Keep that in mind. 4, you will find problems with many insurance companies not willing to insure your property properly. And that has, of course, risk implications towards the future. And 5, if you want to live there yourself, and there might be people living actually today in that property, or might even be renting it illegally, that's not a guarantee that it's legal, you won't be able to establish your official address at that property. That has other implications, maybe for social security, for the health system, maybe for schools, for your kids, etc. Keep these 5 things in mind. If you believe they are important, check them before you would even proceed with a reservation and offer for such a ground floor apartment without a certificate of occupancy. And if you're serious about buying, if you're thinking of changing from renting to owning a property and therefore buying a property, let's talk. Tell me your plans. Do 2 things in that first conversation. 1, I need to understand your plans better, so I listen to you. And 2, I'll give you my independent opinion, recommendations. I'll tell you what I would do in your situation. Think about these 5 points. See you in the next update.